allow themselves to become easily manipulated and lose their lives in the process of trying to save a marriage, especially Christian women. Before we go on, please like the video, okay? And if you're not yet subscribed, to subscribe. So I'm going to read the statements that Derrick Jaxn posted. This is Derrick Jaxn, and he said, over the past several months, my family and I have gone through many changes. Some of you have speculated, while others have reached out to offer support as we privately establish this new normal for ourselves and our beautiful children. Earlier this year, after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration, we decided to go our separate ways and file for divorce. Making the decision to file was one of the hardest decisions of my life, but I found peace knowing that our mission of raising healthy children, starting with healthy and whole parents, is still being accomplished. From falling in love as teenagers to becoming spouses and now co-parents, I am grateful for the years we have spent together. I wouldn't trade them for anything. I was blessed to have such an amazing person in my life and will forever be thankful for all she's meant to our family. We ask that if you pray, to please pray for us as we navigate this grieving process. If not, please respect our privacy. So we first heard about Dq'Naiah when her husband was exposed for having several affairs, even though he claims to be a relationship coach and is coaching women on how to keep their men and all of that. Now, like most Christian women, Dq'Naiah fought for her marriage, which every woman should do. Like every Christian woman, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pray, you're supposed to do all of that. At some point, it almost looked like Dq'Naiah was running mad. She was online carrying swords, fighting, praying, cursing people, saying all manner of things. Now, it was almost like this lady was going mad because of this guy. And like she said, because I watched a couple of her old videos where she went through abuse as a teenager, she met this guy as a teenager, and they got married and all the 9 yards and all of that. Now, I kind of feel for Dq'Naiah, because Dq'Naiah is like a lot of women who like to avoid facing facts and reality. When somebody comes, I've done a video before talking about this thing, when especially in Christian circles, where you see somebody say, oh, I'm a man of God, I'm this, I'm that, in the public eye, yes, the person is a man of God, but what type of character does that person have? And when you begin to see indiscrepancies, sometimes a lot of us just want to hold on to something that's dead. Instead of I know that opinions are not popular, but when you see something with your two eyes are clear. There's no, So Dq'Naiah had been seeing her man of God husband with different women, different things, but she was still praying, hoping. Good woman. To be honest, this lady is a good woman who has been subjected to all manner of embarrassment by this guy, because this guy not too well. Make I speak pidgin. He not too well. Different type of embarrassment. This lady has gone through it with this guy, thinking that she was with a human, like somebody that she could build. And that's why women don't allow marriage to be the only thing that defines you. Oh, this is my husband, this is this. You have to be your own person first of all. We all is good, marriage is beautiful, but that should not, because when you submerge your entire personality into the institution of marriage and you lose yourself, that's when it will not be like you are going mad. You see beautiful women, it will be like they are going mad, because when you've invested so much in a person, invested so much of your entirety, giving your entire person to oh, this thing has to work. Or maybe you are a leader in church and you're like, how is it going to be if they hear that woman leader's marriage is not working or man leader's marriage is not working? My dear, even the people that you think that you are leading inside that church, they too, they have their own issues. So don't come and turn to a mad person because of, do you understand? Don't let yourself go. Excuse me, because that was what was happening to Dq'Naiah, because I had to go and listen to her. I was like, this girl is actually a very sweet girl. She's actually a very sweet person. He choppy like she just jam Chris. She jam madman. And you know how everybody has that mind like, okay, so you know how you're like, oh, you have, you know, those things that they'll tell you have to pray. Like, I'm not saying you don't have to pray, you have to pray, but when cold facts are staring at you in the face, you have to make a decision. You have to decide for yourself that you have to make a cold decision for yourself and protect yourself, because I'm tired. I'm honestly tired of seeing good Christian women who are shortchanged. Yes, they shortchange themselves. Their community shortchanges them because it's a lot of fear of different things. What are people going to say? In Nigeria, we had a very great musical artist that we lost, a gospel artist that we lost because her husband was abusing her and her church did not approve of women moving on from abusive situations and all those type of things. So Christians can be very judgmental. So if your mind is not strong and if you are not settled on who you are in Christ, not what your church or what people around you are going to say, you just see that it's just a losing game. Because this guy who is supposed to be a man of God, you know how people have these idols of, I need to stay with this person because of how me being around this person makes me look good. That's why you have to have your own identity. You have to be your own person first of all, such that your relevance or who you are is not based on who you are with. It is who you are as an individual first of all. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, because I feel I'm happy for Dq'Naiah. That's just the truth. I can't even pretend to feel bad, because Dq'Naiah, you dodge a bullet. You know how you should have moved on from a situation, but you are holding on. You are like, I need to hold on to this thing. Meanwhile, you've seen that everything, you don't dabari, you don't spoil finish. There's nothing there again. There's nothing there. But you're like, and God being such a merciful God, because God is just being merciful to this lady, because I can imagine the amount of STDs, STIs, if not for God that has been protecting this lady, because she truly loves God and God will always protect his children. But not a lot of people are lucky like this lady. I know of a woman, this was not that they told me, prayer warrior, prayer this, everything, such a prayerful woman. The husband went to drink, he got drunk and he hit her, and that's how she passed. And such terrible stories of good Christian women who stay in such situations and it doesn't end well. I believe that God is protecting this lady, because it's supposed like she was almost going bonkers for this guy, the embarrassment and all the type of things that she was experiencing. And it's good that this thing is cut off. It's not beneficial to her, beg. She'll move on. And for the man, he should clap for himself. He's following the girl, the lady that is following was putting on Instagram that why are people angry that he chose her. I said, they tell her. Should they tell her? Your breakfast is going to be served with cold juice, cold zobo. Oh God. But honestly, I think Dq'Naiah needs to go for therapy. I think that she's getting more confident in herself, and I'm really very happy for her. But she needs to go for therapy. Her community needs to support her. I don't think this is the time for people to bully her, because people are like, she has been cursing people. Like, look, everybody has been at that point in their lives where you just make some type of decisions. But I feel people should be kind to this lady. Do you understand? The American community, they should be kind to this lady, and this is the time to rally around her. You know, like they did for May Yul Edochie. There's a lady in Nigeria that her husband and Derrick Jaxn, they're in the same WhatsApp group, the same narcissistic people. And people rallied around May, and May is living her life. She's living her best life. So I think that's what Dq'Naiah needs now. She needs people who rally around her, people who support her. Like, you are not crazy, you are not mad for wanting to stand for your family. I know we live in a generation where family is no longer like the first thing everybody here, but it's not. It's just that it wasn't reciprocal. She was just the only person putting in everything. The person that she was putting in everything did not respect her, did not respect his vows. He's a fraud. Yes, that's what he is. It's just unfortunate, okay? But baby girl, like I said in my other video, this is God restoring you. This is God bringing you into a new vista. This is God bringing out something beautiful out of this dead situation that you've been holding on to. So it's fine. And for anybody who is in this type of situation, I'm not saying everybody needs to walk out of their marriages, but there are certain things that when you've gotten the cold facts, it's not pretense again. You are seeing it in front of you. Madam, use your HQ. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I would stop the video here. Share with me in the comment section, how do you think people can rally around this lady? How can the Black American community, how can the church community rally around this lady? Because there are still going to be some dumb people who want to shame this lady for what she's going through. And that's where I will have a problem, because I feel like she needs all the support that she can get right now, not for people to bully her and shame her. What has happened has happened. She needs all this love and support. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.